Dear students, in this video we are going to discuss about Java characteristics. Object oriented. Object oriented is one of the main feature of Java programming language. Java is an object oriented programming language. What is object oriented? Object oriented means the problem can be solved based on the objects. That means problem can be solved in terms of objects. What is an object? Object is a real world entity. Real world entity means physically existed. Whatever, for example, whatever we see in the world, those are all objects. Mobile is an object, TV is an object, book is an object, bike is an object, car is an object, laptop is an object. If you consider single individual person, yes, that individual person is also an object because those objects are real world entity or physically existed. So whatever, the problem can be anything. The problem can be a simple problem or complex problem. In object oriented, the problem can be solved in terms of objects. Okay, what is an object? Object is a real world entity. Objects consisting of majorly consisting of two components. It has two components. One is data and another one is methods. Data means features of the object. It means properties of an object. Data means properties of an object. Methods means operations. What are the operations can be performed by that? That means what are the operations performed by an object? That is methods. So object as majorly consisting of two components. One is data. Data means properties of an object or features of an object. Methods means operations, functions. So what are the operations performed by the object? That is called as method. You take any real world entity in the world, outside world, the object will have that object will have a two components. One is data and another one is methods. You take any real world entity in the outside world that will have two things. One is data and another one is methods. Data means properties or features of that object, and second one is what are the operations can be performed by that object. One is data and another one is methods. Okay, and what is a class? Class is nothing but a collection of similar type of objects. A collection of similar type of objects. A class is nothing but a set of similar type of objects. So classes and objects are the two main aspects of object oriented programming language. So object oriented programming means you should think about only the classes and objects. So two main aspects of or two pillars of object oriented programming are one is class and another one is object. Class is nothing but a set of a collection of similar type of objects. These are the two main pillars of object oriented programming. As I told earlier, Java is a purely object oriented programming language. See, in this pictorial representation, you can see the demonstration of classes and objects. Here there are n number of objects. The whole thing we call it as class. Class is a collection of similar type of objects. So each object has two components, one is data and another one is methods. So collection of objects are called as class, but each object is a real world entity and each object having two components, one is data and another one is methods. If you consider this object number one, this data means this data is the properties of this object. This data means the features of object 1. Methods means what are the operations can be performed by this object. This is a method. So this is a pictorial representation of class and objects. Let us see an example. If you consider bank system, bank as an example, any bank, consider that one as an example. Bank will have a n number of account holders. So consider bank as a class and each account holder as an object. So in this example, each account holder is an example. Each account holder is a object and a set of account holders called as a bank. So in this example, what is an object? Which is an object? Object is account holder. Class is bank. Class means a set of similar type of objects. Here, a collection of a set of account holders. That is bank class. If you consider account holder as an example, we can identify two components. One is data of account holder and methods of account holders. Data means properties of account holders, means features of account holder. What are the properties of account holder? Data, maybe account number. There is a data. Account holder name, yes, that is a data. Aadhaar number, address, contact number, account balance. There is a data of account holder, so there is a property of the account holder. So if you consider bank as a class and each account holder as an object, so object has two components, one is data and methods. In account holder object we can list out a many number of data, that is account number, account holder name, Aadhaar number, address, contact number, account balance. These are all these are all the properties of or features of account holder object. These are features or properties of account holder object. What account holder can do? That is a method, that is an operation, that is a function. What can account holder? What account holder can do? So he can deposit money, he can withdraw money, or he can check the balance. So generally, account holder can perform three major operations or three major methods or three major functions. One is he can deposit, he can withdraw, or he can check the balance. So these are the operations. Data are methods, or data and methods. So data means simply a features or properties of an object. Methods means operations, functions. What are the functions can be performed by that object? So if you consider account holder as an example, these are the data of the account holder. So what account holder can perform? Account holder can perform three major operations. One is he can do deposit, and he can withdraw, or he can check the balance. So this is the concept of classes and objects. Let us take another example. Class is the mobile. Consider mobile as a class. If you consider mobile as a class, you can identify or you can list out a many number of objects. Samsung mobile, Apple mobile, Redmi mobile, etc. etc. So consider mobile as a class and object as a Samsung. So if you consider Samsung as an object, so each object will have two components. One is data and methods. First, identify the data of the Samsung object, Samsung mobile. Yes, data means fact or data means properties of an object, features of an object. Yes, color of the mobile, version of the mobile phone, dimension means height, width, weight. So price of the Samsung mobile. These are the uh, properties of the Samsung mobile phone, or features of the mobile phone. And what are the functions, what are the functions performed by the Samsung mobile phone? Yes, uh, we can do the voice call, we can do the text message, etc. So these are the operations. So one thing you have to understood, data means it's simply a properties of the object. Methods means it is a operations of the object. What are the operations can be performed by that object, that is methods. So this is the concept of class and objects. Yes, a class can have a n number of objects. There is no restriction. A class can have a n number of objects. Class is nothing but a set of a similar type of objects. This should be a similar type of object. For example, here account holders. These are what a similar type of objects. A bank can have a n number of account holders. So each account holder has its own features. So overall, those are similar type of objects. A collection of account holders, a set of account holders are called as bank class. Here also the same thing. A set of different mobiles, a collection of mobile phones is a um, mobile class. So a class can have n number of objects, and each object can have a two components, data and methods, and the whole thing we call it as a class. So let us brief in the beginning. Java is a purely object-oriented programming language. In short form, we call it as a HOOP, OOP. OOP means object-oriented programming. Java is a purely object-oriented programming. What is an object-oriented programming? In object-oriented programming means a problem can be solved in terms of objects. A problem can be decomposed in terms of objects. What is an object? Object is a real world entity. Object has two components, data and methods. What is data? Data is a properties of an object. What is a method? Method is a function or function performed by the object. What is a class? Class is a collection of similar type of objects. A collection of account holders. Yes, it's a bank class. A collection of mobile. That is a collection of different mobiles. That is mobile class. Classes and objects are the two main aspects of object-oriented programming. So classes and objects are the two main pillars of object-oriented programming. So this is one of the characteristics of Java. Thank you.